Hello, my name is Stuart Matheson. I run fractionalclients.com, and in this video I would love to walk you through how we took a fractional CMO from having 0 to 3 clients in under 90 days. So let's get started. So in terms of Molly's background, she had plenty of experience. Decades of time in big consulting companies, prestigious roles, important titles in big tech companies in the US. Her expertise and experience box was totally ticked, like no issues whatsoever there. The problem was pipeline. She was coming into fractional work for the first time, and so she didn't really have any opportunities yet. That meant she was doing her own outreach, which is slow and manual, and for any fractional executive doing business development for themselves for the first time, you don't really know what you're doing. Like, there's no clear strategy in place. Because of that, there's no consistent leads coming in. It's not really what you want. So that's why she came to us in the first place. That's the problem that we fix for almost all of the fractional execs that we work with. So we did a few things with Molly before we started with outreach. We recommended that she got more recommendations on her LinkedIn profile, which is a very easy thing to do. It's a quick win. Like, it's not hard to ask people that you've worked with before for a recommendation, but it makes your LinkedIn profile look a lot better. We also changed some of her pitch deck and her branding and how she presented herself on LinkedIn so that when leads came in, they could actually understand what she was doing, how her offer worked in a simple way, so that they could make an easy decision to work with her or not. As well as that, we sorted out the targeting. For some people, targeting is really obvious. Like, maybe you've spent your whole career in one small niche, and it's obvious that that's who we should go after. But with some people, they've had a lot of experience in different areas. So it can be best to, instead of just assuming which market is going to be best, target a few. Like, do a few different things and let the market decide for you, because sometimes you never really know. So as you can see, there were 7 campaigns here, different markets. For software, we targeted companies of different sizes as well. We used a mix of LinkedIn and Apollo and Crunchbase for the actual targeting. Now we generally use Clay for targeting because you get the best of every world, and there's a lot more things that you can filter based on with Clay as well, which is really good. And we wrote the outreach copy. So we have 3 example messages here that we used. These were messages that converted into clients. So campaign 1A, because we split tested a B message as well. But with that message, it brought in 3 leads. And by the way, a lead in this context is just someone that responds with interest, right? They've not booked a call yet, but they've shown that they're interested. That got 1 meeting and a client from that. Campaign 5 was 9 leads, 6 meetings booked, 1 client. So smaller conversion rate, but a lot more interest. And then C6, company messaging. So company messaging is actually something we don't do anymore because it doesn't really work. It worked on this occasion, that's great, but it doesn't work very much, so we don't do it anymore. To be honest with you, all of this stuff, we actually don't really do it anymore. Like, you could take this copy and use it yourself. It probably wouldn't work because what works with cold outreach changes all the time. You have to stay up to date with it, which is really hard to do as an individual when you're doing a lot of different things. That's why sometimes it can make sense to work with a company like us, because we know what is actually working today. So yeah, hope this is helpful as well. And like I said, if you were to work with us today, the messaging wouldn't look anything like this. Realistically, we would probably be doing a far lower volume approach, much more personalized. Right now, what we're finding to work is doing deep research into every company we're contacting and actually curate every message basically from scratch. So there's research done in the company, and the message is comprised or put together based on the research and the conclusions and the analysis that we can make on the research, so that everyone is getting a message where they're blown away with how real it is, how personalized it is, how valuable it is. And as you can imagine, that brings in a lot of great leads. And then what we did after about 2 weeks is we made some changes to the strategy. So what we're always doing is iterating. Like, even though we're pretty good at cold outreach, we never know exactly what's going to work. So after 2 or 3 weeks of outreach, we'll always see, okay, which campaigns are doing well, which aren't, which should we cut? Should we be doing more of something like that? Of course, after 2 or 3 weeks, you have enough data usually to make informed decisions around what you should change. So of course we do, we track everything, we do all of this for you and sort of present to you what we think we should be doing going forward for your approval. The other thing that we do is appointment setting. So for some people we work with, it's a matter of us just giving them the leads and then they take care of it. Like, that works for some people. But for some people, they want us to take care of absolutely everything, which is totally fine. We can do that as well. So we can, once a lead responds, send them, your Calendly link or whatever it may be, and then get the meeting booked so that you just take the meeting and try and turn them into a paid client. So this is kind of an example of how that works in the case of Molly here. And the results were great overall. So we did about 6 weeks of outreach, and then of course the onboarding period before that to get everything set up as I showed you. And from that we got 27 qualified leads coming in, 11 meetings booked, which we were happy with, and then 3 clients signed from that. I would say about a 30% conversion rate is average, to be honest. This result here, 3 clients in under 90 days, is definitely above average for us. Like, I would hate for someone to watch this video and think, wow, I need to work with these guys because, I need to get 3 clients in the next 90 days. Like, this is not the typical result. This is one of our better ones. Usually we want to get maybe at least 1 client from the 90 days, and then you've made an ROI in a reasonable amount of time. We've set up a foundation to go forward and bring in more clients. Like, usually that's a pretty good result. But of course, in this occasion, it was 3, which was fantastic. So from all of this, Molly had some good things to say about us. You're welcome to pause and read through this whole testimonial. I think it sums up quite well what we do and why it works, and why a lot of fractional leaders choose to work with us. So if all of this is of interest, feel free to book a meeting with me or someone from the team. If you go into my LinkedIn profile or go into the website, it'll be easy to book a meeting. And if that's the case, then we'll look forward to chatting with you soon. And thanks a lot for watching. Take care.